So I was going through my YouTube videos lately, and I noticed that you guys really liked the crazy weapon customization update that I made 6 months ago, and it took me that long to realize that it would be a good idea to make another part. So as you can see, we have moved to Mirage this time. And for those who haven't seen the part 1, you don't have to watch it, who cares, I mean. I'm just gonna tell you how to activate the Weapon Mixer 5000. You just go under this chair and press this button. I know you're confused, just stick around for a second. And you go in here and you press this second button. And if you go around this wall and look at it, a mysterious panel should emerge from the ground. And for those who have seen the part 1, you can see some additional controls have been added, some valves and switches and stuff like that, which I'm gonna explain. But first I have to explain what this panel actually does. So very shortly, you can choose any weapon from this panel you want, any amount of them, and this machine will combine it to a single weapon. So let's demonstrate. So we choose the Tech-9 for example, and the P250, and go down here, press this button, and out of this table should emerge Tech-250. Now, Tech-250 is a wonderful gun, but it's not the best you can get. Actually, you know what it's meant for? When you're ecoing and you have a little bit more money than your teammates and you don't know what to do, this is the weapon you go for, because it's good for rushing. You can actually shoot both weapons at the same time. You can see the thumb there. It has an extended mag on the Tech-9 and additional mag on the Tech-9 as well. So you can just separate these guns if you want. You can just reload them separately and then put it back together. It's not the best one you can get from this panel, but it's pretty handy. Now I'm gonna explain the switches one by one. For example, you see this red switch. For example, if we take the AK, and this switch is called extended mag switch. If we pull it and press this button, out comes an AK just with an extended mag, so I call it extended magazine. So now, extended magazine is a simple gun. As you can see, it's just an AK with an extended magazine. Now, that red switch I pulled doesn't have to be with just one gun. You can combine any amount of guns you want, and if you pull it, a combined weapon will still come out, but it will have an extended magazine. I don't know what to say about this. You can see it's 3 mags attached to each other, so it's 90 bullets, and it improves the handling because the weight is pulling it down a bit and the recoil won't be as hard. So that's enough. Okay, let's move on. Okay, there's much more to discuss about the switches and stuff, but now we're gonna do something very simple. We take the op and the P90. If you press the button, the combination of P90 and op should come out pop, aka the Satan himself. Now, the Satan himself, or just Satan, is a P90 with op bullets and a scope on it. So it basically shoots op bullets at the fire rate of a P90 and has the accuracy of the op because of the lengthened barrel, as you can see. That's not a suppressor. Now, this is just an insane weapon. I mean, if you rush any place with this, you just absolutely nail anyone. You can just kill anyone you want. If Valve added this, the game would be just completely imbalanced. I don't want to see this weapon in the game because it will be just a chaos. That's all I can say about the Satan, but one thing is that it has a really bad recoil, so you have to be really a master. You can't just spray and pray with this gun. It has a serious recoil because of the op bullets are really big, but I don't want to see anyone holding this gun against me because I'm gonna shit my pants. Now, we have discussed this extended magazine lever, but let's move on to the red valve. Now, I'm not gonna tell you what the red valve does. You judge yourself. For example, just take one gun to demonstrate. We take the revolver, we rotate the red valve, press the combine button, and out comes what I call the artifact. Now, the artifact is an interesting weapon. As you can see, the barrel of the gun is actually pointed at your own head. So I guess you can just use this weapon only one time if you use it correctly. Now, you would expect something bigger and much better from the red valve, but I guess not. It's just another disappointment that came out of the Weapon Mixer 5000. I mean, in the past, the red valve was associated to something cool and awesome, but now I guess it's just not as great as it used to be. I can only hope that in the future it would give us something much better than this piece of crap. But for now, I guess we just have to stick to what we have already. Okay, moving on, let's just choose some of the grenades, for example, this Molotov and the sawed-off. And let's rotate the extended mag switch and press combine button, and out comes what I call the Molotov. Now, the Molotov has become one of my favorites in this game. I mean, look at it, it's just 9 Molotovs duct taped together, and you can shoot them as far as you want with the sawed-off shotgun. But the bad thing is that you can only use this once. But if you use it, for example, on a site, it will just burn the whole site down. So if you have a bomb planted on a site and you don't want anyone to defuse it, just shoot it to the ground, and there's no way any smoke can extinguish that fire. It's like Zeus, you can use it only once, but if you use it correctly, it can be really, really deadly. But I gotta tell you guys that not all combinations are good from this machine. For example, if we take the Bison, and if we take the bayonet, and press the combine button, out comes what I call PP Bisonet. Now, as you can see, the PP Bisonet is a really bad weapon. I mean, it has a knife instead of the stock that you push against the shoulder. It's very awkward, nothing has changed about the weapon, it's still same shit. And you just have to hold it really awkwardly, and there's no way you would be able to shoot this accurately at anyone. To give you an example, our actor here didn't notice the knife and he injured himself, and his shoulder has to be amputated now. So anyways, I wouldn't suggest you making this gun unless you wanna do it for the lols or something, I don't know. I'll give you one more example. If we take the MP7 and the Karambit, if you press the combine button, out comes MP7. MP7 is a pretty shit weapon too. Instead of the foregrip that it had, now it has a Karambit. So I mean, you just have to not hold it in the foregrip position because you will cut your hands off and it will really end badly for you. I mean, it's really impractical and awkward, and just stay away from it, guys. Now, for this last combination, I have to give you a bit of backstory. My Russian friend Dimitri and some of my other friends from other nationalities asked me to make them an ultimate weapon. The weapon that would be compact, the weapon that would be easy to carry around, and of course, good for Rush B. So, I came up with a solution, and it will all be done using that switch right there. So what you do is, you take the P90, of course. You take Tech 9, you take the P50, and you take the Deagle. You wait a bit, and you pull down the ultimate switch. After that, you press the combine button, and out comes just a P90? Not impressed, are you? Just give me some time to explain. So you're looking at this ultimate weapon, and you're confused. You don't know what the pan is for and what's going on. I know why you're confused. You know you're confused because you have not seen its true form. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Baba Yaga.
Bochka бас колбасит соло, колбасер по пояс голый. Колбасер по пояс голый.
The Baba Yaga. One of the deadliest combinations that can exist. Just look at it. It's 3 P90s combined with 5 Tech 9s, a Deagle, a spinning 4 P250s that shoot bullets everywhere, and that's why you need the pan, so you don't shoot yourself. And additionally, there is 2 vodka bottles that are powering the mechanism of this weapon. This is absolutely crazy. You rush in a place, you pull the trigger, everyone is gonna die. You might also kill your own teammates, so I would suggest you to be very careful with this gun. Now, at this point, if I were you, I would consider subscribing to my channel, because one day, very soon, I might make a video showing off how it shoots.
Bochka бас колбасер, бочка бас колбасер голый, голый. Колбасер, бочка бас, бочка бас, бочка бас, бас, бас. Бочка бас, бочка бас, бочка бас, 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 бас. Бочка бас, бас, бочка бас, бас, бочка бас, бас, бочка бас, 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 голый, голый. Колбасер